Hi, it's Nick on the 29th of July with episode 6 of this week's theme about leading with inspiration. And the thought today is the idea that's both my personal experience and having worked with hundreds of, if not thousands of people over the years, is I think what inspiration does is it kind of wants us to move forward, and as we move forward what happens is our fears and our vulnerabilities get triggered. So it can almost feel like, I call those our resistances. And they can be conscious resistances, they can be things that we think of or think about, and they can be unconscious resistances. So sometimes what we experience is just a kind of inertia. It's like we're inspired to do something, but we just don't move forward with it, and we can be left feeling like, well, why not? I know what I'm inspired to do. How come I'm not doing it? And I know certainly what I tend to then do, and I know many people tend to do then, is to start beating ourselves up and go, well, what's wrong with me? I know what I'm inspired to do, and I'm not doing it, so maybe it wasn't the right thing for me to do after all. And we can get into all sorts of stories and shenanigans. I think what I've become clear about is, I say inspiration and resistance come as a double act. They come as a package. Generally, I find that when people get truly inspired about their purpose, when they're in the vicinity of their soul's calling, their higher purpose, whatever language you want to use, not far away from that is going to be some fear. Is going to be some resistance. So I don't believe that inspiration wants to scare us. I don't think that's its purpose. And when we get inspired, we are going to probably, sometimes within seconds or minutes or hours, days, we're going to experience some resistance, some fear. And I think what inspiration is inviting us to do is to go through that fear and come out the other side. So it's almost like, there's the life we're living, and then there's a bigger life that we're capable of living, a bigger, truer life that we're capable of living. But to get from where we are to where we can be, we're going to have to traverse probably through some fear and resistance and some vulnerability. So what I've come to recognize is that that's just the territory. That's it. Let's not try and pretend it's any different. There's nothing wrong with us. We're all standing on the same territory. We're all in the trenches. We're all looking to nurture our inspiration and to blossom, and we're all dealing with our fears and our vulnerabilities. And as we traverse through our fears and vulnerabilities, we find ourselves in new territory, new ground. We become expanded, an expanded sense of who we are, what we're capable of, and hopefully a new way of thinking about ourselves. Think about ourselves in a brighter light, because we've expanded our sense of who we are and what we're capable of. So I wanted to share that with you today, because to me that's the natural territory that we're going to find ourselves in. It's certainly the territory I find myself in fairly regularly, is get inspired, get scared. That's it. So really the question is, what is our relationship with our vulnerability? What is our relationship with our fear? And how do we handle that so that we don't see it as a stop sign? What we do is we see it as an invitation to grow, an invitation to expand ourselves. So there's today's thought. I hope it's been helpful to you. I hope you enjoy it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. God bless. Have a good day. Bye-bye.